Hey everybody, Jeremy with Detroit Tech. While looking for a new car, I started looking through what Honda had to offer. I do have a friend that works at a dealership pretty high up too, and I realized I have a chance to finally get Android Auto in my new car. Now I would have to jump up a level from the base model to get it, so it would be a little bit more expensive. Obviously I spent the money, but the big question is, was it worth it? So before even going to the dealership, I installed the Android Auto app, got it ready to go on my phone. I also stuck a USB cable in my pocket just to connect to the car so I didn't have anything holding me back from getting right in. I was pumped. Once I got my phone plugged in, I got a chance to see what Auto really looks like. It's an extremely simplified version of Android meant to basically not distract you the same way a phone does while you're driving. In this car, there is a home button, maps button, a phone button, and an audio button. The home button takes you to a screen that really just looks like a notification screen. The big difference is you can't dismiss any of the notifications. I can play or pause Audible or Google Music from here, or have my text read to me, but we'll talk about that a little bit later as well. Touching the audio button takes me to the last used audio app. Hitting it again brings up the list of installed apps I can use. And of course, there's the Maps button. This takes me to the map, obviously. This is where you can actually check traffic, get directions like any normal GPS. Obviously, again, it can be a little annoying because it automatically starts figuring out a route and telling you where to go next. So if I'm on my way home, I hit it, it just starts trying to give me directions home after work. But the cool thing is, because I live in the Google ecosystem anyway, it does have things like my work and my home easily accessible, so I don't even have to plug things in every single time. It also has recently searched places from my phone or my computer, nice and simple. So there's not really much to say about the UI, which is actually pretty great. This is supposed to be a stripped down version of Android after all, so it helps me keep my favorite apps close without getting me distracted while I'm driving. I have a voice command button on the steering wheel, which when pressed and held down, lets me command my phone. Unfortunately, OK Google does not work and does not trigger anything while it's connected to the car. Once triggered, most of the commands are the same as using the phone. Reminders work on here, something I'm still waiting on Google Home, and I can have my phone call people and start giving me directions to somewhere. It even called my favorite Thai restaurant, Siam Spicy No. 4, which is not even in my contacts. It's very googly if you ask me. I have not been able to get it to play Audible just by voice command. I do have to select it manually, a whole like 3 button presses. But I do just kind of chalk this up to the Amazon versus Google. But the app is pretty easy to use. I was worried it would just stick me with the one book I was listening to because it is such a simplified version. And part of the goal is obviously to keep the attention on the road, not the phone. But I can switch between any book as long as I have it downloaded on my phone. There are a few differences with the voice commands which will trip up a seasoned Android user when trying to play some music. What I do when I'm trying to play some music on my phone, I just say shuffle all songs. With Android Auto, you just have to say play music. However, if you were listening to a different audio source, Audible in my case, it will start playing that. So if you want to shuffle, it's just 2 quick taps and you're good to go, not terribly complicated. If I want to play one of my playlists, I can just go into the menu and select it there, or hold down the voice command button and just say the name of the playlist. It's very simple. Simple commands will do best. Don't add on Google Play Music or anything like that. Just ask to play Foo Fighters' Sonic Highways and you're good to go. You can also see podcasts, recent activities, and the current queue in the menu on the left, just like normal on any app in your phone. Sending messages or text is pretty easy. Long press the voice control button and say message or text the person's name. It asks what the message is, and once you're done, it reads it back to you and asks if you want to send it or redo it. It's a pretty slick way to do it. I really like it. And when you receive a message, you just tap it on the screen and it will read out the message to you. You just have to remember to add the punctuation at the end of the message by saying period, question mark, or exclamation point. That is if you actually use punctuation. All in all, I am happy with my choice. Dealing with the single screen is so much better, and it charges my phone at the same time, which is always good. The information I need is always right in front of me and is presented in a very clear and concise way to allow me to keep my focus on the road. And there's no need to wake my phone to do something or take it out of the mount or anything like that. It does exactly what I want and what it sets out to do. It keeps things simple. There are limitations to it, of course, but those are really limited to things you probably shouldn't do while driving anyway. Is it worth the extra money? For sure. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you liked the video, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. If you thought it sucked, hit the thumbs down. Either way, let me know what you think about Android Auto in the comments below. Do you like it as much as I do? We'll see you in the next video.